In more recent history, dozens of unions were formed in the wake of the labor shakeup that followed the pandemic. Perhaps the most remarked upon unionization efforts have been the Amazon workers who started a labor union at a warehouse in Staten Island, the wave of museum workers moving to unionize in arts institutions across the United States, and the Ukrainian mining unions working to support the Ukrainian economy in the midst of a Russian invasion. We are now experiencing a new global labor movement, one that has accentuated the benefits of banding together to address rampant inequality in terms of wages and working conditions. Nothing like this massive new push toward labor unionization and regularized strikes existed in the ancient world on the scale we are now seeing. However, using Roman history to examine the ways in which regular Romans banded together in various forms can give us some empathy and insight into the ways that humans cope with marginalized identities, inequality, a lack of public prestige outlets for non-elites, and socioeconomic uncertainty. The voluntary and involuntary organizations of labor into various types of informal collectives, formal associations, and unions supported many of the events, people, and places in Roman history. They influenced Rome's growth in ways we have not fully grasped in traditional histories from above that focus on emperors, elites, and the lives of the wealthy. Lastly, this book provides a parallel to the modern world by examining Roman state anxieties over labor collectives, strikes, and challenges to state power. Just as is the case today, fear of economic disruptions drove elites and politicians to make choices that suppressed what we might call the freedom of assembly, comparable to modern union-busting legislation. Then and now, such legislation often employed the rhetoric of sedition or conspiracy to mask fears about how collective organization from below might challenge the economic, social, and political interests of the wealthy. From the involuntary associations of gladiatorial familiae that helped to start the Spartan War from 73 to 71 BCE, to the charioteer factions at the heart of the Nika Revolt in Constantinople in January of 532 CE, peeling back the layers of Roman social history exposes a vast associative network at work within the Roman Mediterranean. While some preferred only to feast and to quietly bury their dead, other ancient groups engaged in labor conflicts such as strikes, secessions, and rebellion. These actions allowed their voices to be heard by those in power.